Snow geese overwinter in massive numbers in the Skagit Valley in Washington state. They graze by the thousands in the agricultural fields, creating an incredible sight. We visited on March 12th, and the daffodil fields were also beginning to bloom in the valley against a beautiful backdrop of mountains. In today's video, we'll show you the snow geese and daffodil fields and explain when and where to go to experience them yourself. If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. The snow geese we saw and the daffodil fields we visited were in Mount Vernon, which is about an hour's drive north of Seattle. The snow geese, of course, move around all the time, but on the weekend we visited, they were at the red marker on the map here, near the intersection of Best Road and Chilbrook Road. This is just a couple blocks around the corner from Wrangel, which is famous for its tulip and daffodil fields. Snow geese are recognizable by their white feathers and black wingtips. They migrate about 3,000 miles every year to the Skagit Valley from Wrangel Island in the Arctic, where they spend the summers. The best time to see the snow geese in Washington is November through March. The timing varies a bit from year to year, and sometimes they arrive in October. You can look for the snow geese by driving around the valley, but our friend Adrian told us about a free birding app called eBird that makes finding them more strategic. Sign up for a free account and navigate to ebird.org/map. From there, you can enter the species name in the search bar, so we'll type snow goose. I'll enter the location next. From there, you can see all the user-reported sightings of snow geese. The red delineates the recent sightings. Zooming into where we were, you can see that users reported a sighting of an estimated 10,000 snow geese 3 days before our trip. It's of course not guaranteed they'll be in the same spot a few days later, but in this case they were. So, if you search for snow geese in mid or late March, you'll also have the chance to see the daffodil fields coming into bloom. We'll look at those next. Like the snow geese, it's possible to plan ahead for the daffodils. Visit tulips.com/bloom map to see an overview map of the valley's daffodil and tulip fields. The daffodil and tulip icons are gray if the field isn't blooming, and they turn yellow for daffodils and red for tulips when the field is in full bloom. We headed to Wrangel because it has one of the earlier blooming daffodil fields, and I also like that it has a place to park and walk out to see the flowers. We went with my parents and a couple of good friends. This area is actually best known for tulip fields, which follow daffodils by a few weeks. Wrangel hosts an annual tulip festival that requires tickets later in the season. The bloom seasons will vary from year to year, so it's best to use the bloom map, but in general the daffodils tend to bloom in the second half of March and the tulips in mid-April. This spring and summer we're planning to explore and share videos on more of the Pacific Northwest flower fields and gardens, including tulips, dahlias, rhododendrons, lavender, and more. Here's a preview from last summer's annual Dahlia Festival at Swan Island Dahlias in Oregon. Thanks for watching Adventures with Holly and Brian. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more of the best of the Pacific Northwest and beyond. See you next time.